Hey family, let's get going. All right guys, so we are going to start March off with a bang. We are going to start doing keto. I started doing keto last February, just on a whim. I was just kind of tired of trying new things, and I started searching the internet and start hearing all these fantastic stories and thought, let me do some research myself, start looking up some different doctors who recommended and stuff like that. And that's kind of how I got started. But I got started so quickly, I was not educated whatsoever. And I mean, I still don't claim to be a professional, but I just, when I want something, I wanted it yesterday. So that's what happened. So I began, like, after I researched it one day, I began like the next day, and I was like, oh my God, what do I eat for breakfast? Okay, somebody said bacon and eggs. So bacon and eggs, avocado. I love those things. Like, absolutely, that's one of my favorite breakfasts anyway. I'm not a huge breakfast fan, but that's one of my favorites. And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have a burger, and I didn't have any sauce on it, and I had mustard, and I had some bacon on it and more avocado, and I had it wrapped in lettuce. That's what I had for the next meal. And then just kind of so on, from there, until I started getting educated and getting a few more ideas as to what to eat. So anyway, we're gonna get started, and we are gonna keep it very, very simple, but I'm just gonna give you a little bit. I mean, I haven't always been exactly on track, as a matter of fact. And if you look up keto, because you want to know what it is, first thing you're going to see is macros, because it's called the ketogenic diet, and it's all about burning fat, burning your using your ketones. But anyway. So if you look it up, you're going to see something called macros, and everybody's going to start saying, well, do you even know where your macros are? Whatever. Okay, this is what macros, this is what they usually are for most people. It's usually from your food, 70% of your food will be from fat, 25% protein, and 5% carbs. That makes up what they call your macros. Now, everybody is not the same, but that's what you'll see most of the time when you're looking up keto. Now, if you want to track your macros and you want to do it the proper way, you can download an app like MyFitnessPal or Carb Manager or something like that. When I first started, I did download the one of those apps, and I tried to keep, plugging in my food and everything. I'm just so bad at that. I need easy. So I'm really, really bad at doing stuff like that, but it did help in the beginning. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. So anyway, let's get healthy to lose weight. Remember that. It's not losing weight to get healthy. You have to get healthy in order to lose weight, okay? So I had to jot down some notes because I don't want to go too far off topic. I don't want this video to be drawn on forever. But listen, keto is designed to burn fat. And sometimes people will store fat in their organs, like their liver and their pancreas, their kidneys. So sometimes when you're first getting on keto, you will start to lose moisture from those things first before it starts to dig into your own body fat. I don't know about you, but I got a lot of body fat for, to live off of. So really, I don't have to even eat my recommended calories, which I don't even know what they are, because like I said, I need things as simple as possible. And this has worked for me, and not even being on it strict, but just kind of always having it in the back of my head, just knowing that sugar and flour, pretty much carbs, are the devil. I mean, super evil. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. It is like being on crack. Okay, maybe it's a little exaggerated, but it really is, as far as what it does to our system. So anyway, okay, so keto, just remember that, is designed to burn the fat. And we want to go from sugar burning, carb burning, to fat burning. Okay, that's what we want to do. Okay, inflammation. So the thing is, we don't really have a weight problem. We have a weight symptom. We have a symptom from our problem with inflammation. So that's something we have to work on. We have to get rid of that in order for the great side effect to happen, in that us to lose weight. That's the side effect. the scale. Be careful not to keep jumping on that scale. I know I was doing it at first too, and it's so hard not to because you think you've done really good that day and you just want to jump on and see. But you know what? Let's really think about the non-scale victories. Let's think about after starting keto, how do your clothes fit? How is your energy? How are you sleeping? What else? Let's see. How's your blood work? Because the thing with me when I first started it, okay, so I was on high blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine. I was on the pre-diabetes list. I've had several surgeries that I may not even have had to have if I had known how to eat. I don't know. I just feel like that. So I went to the doctor and I had started keto, and then I kind of lost my insurance. So that's why I was really trying to be good with keto, because I didn't have any insurance to take the blood pressure medicine, and I probably could have figured it out, but I just didn't do it. So when I went to the doctor, I don't know, I hadn't been on my medicine for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 months or something. And all my levels were really good. And he goes, oh, whatever you're doing, I'd lost some weight. And whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. And he says, are you still on this medicine? I said, no. He goes, what? And he said, are you still on this one? I said, no. He said, what? Why? And I didn't want him to think I'd just taken myself off of it. So I just said, well, I lost my medical insurance. And so I wasn't able to get the medicine. And he goes, really? He goes, okay, well, don't start taking it, because then it'll really throw you off. Whatever you've been doing, continue to do it. The only thing is I'm worried about your cholesterol, which is going to happen. And I did all the research and everything from all these professionals and these scientists who study cholesterol and everything. And they said on keto, when you first do it, that your cholesterol may go up before it comes down. So I just kept having that in my brain. I said, okay, it's going to come down. So he was like, okay, I'm going to see you back in, 6 weeks. And, if your cholesterol is still high, I'm going to have to put you on, one of those statin medicines. And I'm like, no, you ain't. So anyway, I came back in 6 weeks and the cholesterol had dropped. And I was like, yes, I believe in you, keto. I believe in you. So anyway, so just know that could happen, though I'm not a doctor. So, I'm not giving you that kind of advice. I'm just telling you what worked for me. So if you want to get well, you gotta fix the cell. And that means that when you first start keto, you might actually start to get a little bit sick, because just like when you're coming off drugs and you're doing rehab and you're sick, I swear that's kind of how sugar is. Maybe not that extreme, but you might get headache. You're going to be losing a lot of moisture, because there's a lot of moisture in carbs and in sugar. So you're going to lose a lot of moisture. So replenish, replenish, replenish. You have to. Do not be scared of salt. Throw away that salt you got in the cabinet, that regular salt. Make sure you have sea salt, Himalayan sea salt, kosher salt, or the Redmond salt. And you might want 2 kinds, because one is better for cooking and one is better for sprinkling over after. But you cannot, don't be scared of salt. If you have high blood pressure, of course, consult your doctor, because I'm not a physician, but I had that. So I'm just saying that worked for me. I had to get rid of the salt that we grew up on forever and ever, and get some sea salts and kosher salts and Himalayan pink salt. But you guys are probably already using that anyway. So anyway, make sure you replenish, because you'll start to feel You'll start to feel maybe kind of weak, lethargic. Maybe if you're working out at the gym, you feel tired. You might feel listless. It's not going to last that long, but make sure you are drinking. Get you some Gatorade Zero. Make sure you're having some salt. You're having plenty of water. You got to replenish those. You got to know that means it's working. Okay. So, one of the rules I would say is the 2-2-2-2 rules. So you're going to have daily 2 tablespoons of olive oil, however you get it on food, whatever, you can chug it, I don't care. 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter or ghee, okay, because we need good fats. When I say fats, I'm saying good fats. I'm not saying go out here and eat. You can have some pork rinds, but I'm not saying eat a bunch of bacon every day. I'm saying the good, nutritious fats that are great for your brain. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of grass-fed butter, 2 tablespoons of coconut oil or MCT oil. And I make mine with coffee sometime, but you can figure out how to get those in. Otherwise, you can, text me and I can tell you different ways to get that in. And then 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of salt, because you're going to be losing it when you cut those. If you do it right and you cut those carbs out, you're going to be losing salt. So try to keep your carbs for maybe under 20 grams a day, moderate protein, and fat to satiety. You just want to be satisfied. I mean, I eat almost avocado every day. So there is my fats right there. I love it. I do different things with it, but you just want to be satisfied. If you're not satisfied, you're going to be snacking in between like crazy. You're going to feel, like you just don't want to do this anymore. So eat and get nice and full, not overly stuffed, but just get nice and full and feel satisfied. Don't feel guilty about it, okay? Then with the keto, which I already gave you the grocery list yesterday, and I'll be here to answer any other questions, but with the keto, I want you to try to incorporate IF, intermittent fasting. And so that is a whole game changer. Now, I'm not saying fast all day. My favorite window, it's so funny, it sounds like an animal because they say feeding window, but my favorite fast time that I can do pretty easily is 16-8, meaning that I'm eating in my 8-hour window and I'm fasting for 16 hours, whatever that window may be for you, because everybody has different shifts and, just different things going on. And you don't really want to stick to the same one all the time anyway. You could do a few weeks of going, eating from 12 in the afternoon to 8 at night and then fasting between that. And then maybe in 2 weeks you switch it up and maybe, you don't eat breakfast at all. You might not even eat lunch, or you might eat like at 3. You know what I mean? So just whatever window works best for you. Now, I do the 16-8. I don't do it all the time. It depends whether I work both jobs or not. So I just kind of switch it up. But one of my favorites, when I can do it, I don't know, I just feel really, really good, is when I can eat in my 4-hour window and fast for 20 hours. That one, I don't know, I could just feel cells healing. I know you can't really feel that, but I just feel like I can feel that. So it's really a wonderful thing. And what happens is when you go that long with fasting, something starts to kick in called autophagy. So me and one of my friends always tease, did you do autophagy? I mean, that's not the way you're supposed to use that word, but it's such a funny word to us. So this thing kicks in called autophagy. And what autophagy does is it's healing, because see, every time you eat, your insulin spikes. Every single time your insulin spikes. So your body doesn't have time to heal, because we're always stuffing our mouth, popping something in, pretzels, whatever. Even though we think we're eating healthy, we're always popping something in. And so we never get, our cells never get a chance to heal. But if, I'm sorry about that. But anyway, so what autophagy is, it is the recycling of garbage in your tissues. Ooh, sounds gross. So it takes away the damaged protein that your body doesn't need, and it'll recycle it and turn it into new amino acids. So fasting is good. And I mean, they used to do it centuries ago, because I mean, they go out and they have to hunt for their fresh meat. They'd have to hunt for it. It'd be organic too. And then they would have that one meal, and it would be a nice meal, and then that was it until the next day, and they were super healthy. So anyway, let's just keep it simple with our meat and our vegetables and our healthy fats, okay? And plenty of water. One of the best carbonated waters, or sparkling waters that they have that has no sugar in it, is the Spindrift. So I'm always getting the cans of the Spindrift. That's one of the better ones so far, unless somebody else comes up with it. Okay, so some things I really want you to stay away from. Do not eat. You have to really start reading the back of your labels, okay? No vegetable oil. Absolutely not. No soybean oil, no safflower oil, no cottonseed oil, no peanut oil. The only oils I want you to have is avocado oil and olive oil. And that's even better if you can get them organic. If you can't, it's okay. We can't all do organic. I can't do organic all the time, but I try to shop and find my deals. But at the same time, I don't want to be running around to every other store either. So a lot of times I'll put on a grocery haul from certain stores like Walmart, Costco, Sprouts, Trader Joe's, and what are the good things to find in there. Because some things, like olive oil and the avocado oil, if you can get the best price, you get it in a big jar, it's going to last you a minute. You know what I mean? So I also don't want you to have any sugar, of course. That's the devil. Rice, no flour, no peanuts. You can have some almonds and some macadamia nuts, but those calories really count up. So make sure you kind of portion them out. Just have a handful when you're really hungry. Throw away that regular salt. No margarines or crap like that. Grass-fed butter. Grass-fed butter. You can cook in it, or grass-fed ghee. You can cook on high heats in the grass-fed ghee. No carrots, no corn. Corn is like the worst, and that's really hard because I love to go to the movies. It's so sad. Sometimes I just break down and have it, and I know it was wrong or whatever, but I'm happy, and it's better that we be happy. And then I just get back on track. So when you mess up, it's okay. Get back on track. No Splenda, none of those crazy sweeteners, that sucralose and high fructose corn syrup. Read the back of your labels. If it's got that crap in it, run. If you need something sweet in your coffee, your tea, whatever, pure stevia, monk fruit, Swerve, okay? Use those. And then remember those bitter, rich foods. Bitter is better. So make sure you're having your ginger. You can have your ginger tea, your dandelion. You can have dandelion tea, your dark chocolate, 80%. Coffee, organic. They say shade grown. I don't have that, but I do have organic because I just drink instant most of the time. Cranberries, but don't overdo it, and arugula. Those are your bitter foods. So, like I said, I started not knowing anything. So, I mean, if you need to get up tomorrow and have you some bacon and eggs and avocado, go for it. That'll be the beginning of your keto journey. Anyway, some of my favorite people that I listen to, in case, you guys want to listen to somebody interesting who has a little bit more knowledge. On YouTube, I love Keto Camp. I love Dr. Berg. Dr. Berg is awesome. Dr. Ken Berry, he's awesome. Dr. Z, I think it stands for Zarowski. He's awesome. Dr. Jason Fung, he's awesome. Keto Connect, that's a couple. They often try new items. So if they go, then I won't buy it. But Thomas DeLauer, he's got a lot of science to back his keto, so he's all into that. Who else? There is so many people. So the important thing is community, and that's kind of what helps keep me on track. And I'm not on track every day, but it keeps me on track is trying to surround myself with like people who are trying to get healthy as well. And I mean, there's a whole thing about keto, about getting in ketosis. How do you know if you're fat burning? How do you know if you're in ketosis? And all that stuff. I don't know. I know that what I have been doing works. And if I were to do it even more strict and really, really track what I'm eating and really find out if I'm in ketosis, if I wanted to get the strips that you could pee on and see if you're in ketosis and all that, I probably would be doing phenomenal. But, and who knows, if there may be months, and maybe this month will be the month that I'm really going to buckle down and really try not to cheat and just really see how successful I can be for the month of March. And I hope you guys will join me on that. Just, like I said, just to get healthy, because that's the most important thing, is being able to be healthy. Because some things that happen, I mean, sugar, cancer lives off sugar. And I mean, we just never know. I mean, we could still get it. We could already have it and not know it. There's a lot of things, but why not try? Why not try to prevent some of the things, some of the things that our parents had and our parents' had. And even before that, they probably were all healthier because, they fried in lard and and that stuff is all back now. So they knew what they were doing. One thing, bacon, do not cook your bacon in its own grease. I know we all have done that because I just lay it on a pan. It makes its own grease. I forgot the science behind it, but always put a little avocado oil down there first before you fry your bacon, okay? And there's a bunch of things that I could think of to tell you, but then this video would be take forever, and I just can't do that. I'm hoping that I'm able to inspire you guys to at least get going. When I started last February, I think I might have been, well, me, my body always is comfortable at about I don't know. I say that comfort zone where it always kind of wants to get back to is around 215. Because I mean, I've been 235. I've been 300 when I was pregnant, but I've been about 235 kind of, it just likes to creep back up. And I thought, if I ever get under 199, you're going to see me dancing and going up the stairs and being all happy. And this was when I was at my old office. And I told them, if I ever get under 199 or get under 200, I'm going to come dancing up the steps and I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to stand there and look at y'all and you'll know what it is. And then I got to 199. I think I was doing, trying to follow Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, which is a good, good way to eat as well. But I hadn't learned anything, I guess, because that weight just slowly started to creep back up, 205, 210, 215. And I was just like, I swore I would never go over 199 again. So I think, with all the ups and downs and the yo-yos, I think last February, I think I was about, I had come down some, but I couldn't break it. I couldn't get, I think I might have been 197, 198, 190, somewhere in there, 195. I was happy to be under 200, but I could never get past that, never. And then, like I said, I started the keto, and I got to, I kept being comfortable still at about I wasn't comfortable, but my body kept being comfortable at about one, and I have charts and stuff. One day, if I can put everything together, I've snapped pictures here and snapped them there and wrote down stuff here and there. But I would say I kept I started getting to about the 194. 194, I couldn't shake the 194. Yeah. I remember because it was three of us that was about 194 at the same time. I think it was before we were going to Spain or something. And so, happy to be under 200, but 194, that's still too close, like 6 pounds, and you at 200 again. It's like, dang! So I was like, I gotta, and I was I wasn't doing keto then. So when I was doing keto, I was still around 194 when I was searching the internet that night. And I just was like, no, I can't. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try this keto. Because when I looked at what the foods were, they were like foods that you should be eating. They were like normal stuff. It was like stuff that you kind of knew in your brain that it was right. You had this feeling that sugar and flour and those oils and stuff was bad for you, but I don't know, they taste good, so you just kept eating them. So I think I was around there, and like I said, I haven't been that great about it, but I am now about one, and then I start sitting at one. I finally got to like about 182, 183. I sat there for a long time, and I was kind of happy because I was 20 pounds, almost 20 pounds under 200. So I was feeling good about myself, but I still felt my knees hurt, my joints hurt. I still felt like I really needed to come down. I'm tall, but I wasn't feeling good still. And it wasn't about looking, but it was like, I just didn't feel good. So just on this keto journey, I've been able to get to about like I said, at the 180 for the longest. And then I finally got to about 177. I couldn't budge past that. And every time I get on the scale after having really bad week or something, or eating or going on vacation, it was still sitting at about 177, 178, maybe 180. And I still felt good about being 20 pounds under 200. But it wasn't until recently in February when I start challenging my family. And I just said, I didn't say keto to them. I just said, let's cut the sugar and the carbs. I figured I would start them slow, sugar and the carbs. And then I would send them little videos about keto or just something. And so finally, just that month, the month of February, I was finally kind of able to budge a little bit. And I went to 174. So about 174 I'm teetering between 174, 175. So that's pretty good, but at the same time, I still get afraid, because there are weeks when we go on vacation. There are times when we go out for a meal and we want to enjoy ourselves. I keep keto in my head and try to stay away from the most part, but I'll have a really great meal. And maybe if I really want that dessert, I'll either split it or I get full enough from the meal, my meat, my vegetables, my whatever else I'm having, and then I don't even want it, which is really great. That's why they say just feel satisfied. You got to be happy with what you're eating. Okay, so anyway, like I said, that's longer than I wanted it to be. But for March, I'd like to challenge myself to get another 5 pounds off. If I could sit comfortably at 170, actually just like a pound below, just so I could say, oh, I'm 160 something, you know what I mean? Then I mean, that will have been amazing, because I haven't been this low since, I want to say, before Kindle. So 25 years. So, I mean, it's kind of flabby. Y'all know I need to get in the gym and tone up, but I just haven't had the chance lately, because see, stuff is waggling there, wiggling. Anyway, okay, guys, good luck. Let me know if you need any help. Love you all. And I'm so sorry that this was so long. Gotta go.